Good morning, Dr. Aravind sir. Very good morning, all the participants, one and all present here. It's my very pleasure to welcome Dr. Aravind sir for this session. Now I call our research scholar Janani Abhinaya to introduce our research person, Dr. Aravind sir.
Good morning to one and all gathered here. It's my honor to introduce the resource person of the day, Dr. G. Aravind Swaminathan, Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Francis Xavier Engineering College, Tirunelveli. Professor Dr. G. Aravind Swaminathan did his schooling at Spitnagar Higher Secondary School, Tuticorin. He completed his BE in Computer Science and Engineering from Arulmigu Kalasalingam College of Engineering, affiliated to Madurai Kamaraj University in the year 1999. He completed his ME in Computer Science and Engineering from National Engineering College, affiliated to Anna University in the year 2004. He completed his PhD from Anna University in the year 2017 in the area of energy efficiency in visual sensor networks. He has modest number of publications in national and international journals. He is serving as a teaching fraternity in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering since 2004 at Francis Xavier Engineering College. His area of interest includes networking, mobile computing, and cybersecurity. He is also a Cisco instructor at the Cisco Academy at Francis Xavier Engineering College. We welcome you, sir. You may proceed with the session now.
Yeah, thank you, Janani Madam, for this wonderful introduction. Thank the Lord Almighty for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I thank Tino Ma'am for giving me this opportunity. Also, Dr. R. Ravi sir for all the coordination in conducting this ATAL sessions in a very successful manner. Let's move on to the session. Let me share the screen. So, are you able to see my screen? Is my voice audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
So we'll proceed with the session. So today we are going to see about cryptocurrency and hijacking. We are going to see about first part. We are going to see about cryptocurrency, and also second part. We are going to see about hijacking. Okay. So myself, as they introduced, my name is Dr. G. Aravind Swaminathan. I am serving as the professor in Computer Science Department in Francis Xavier Engineering College, and I wish to thank the Lord Almighty for giving me this wonderful opportunity, and I also wish to thank my college, Francis Xavier Engineering College, for all the support they have rendered in conducting this ATAL TP, and also I thank them for all the support they have provided in developing my knowledge. So let's move on to this session. So as I told, we are going to see about two parts today. One is going to be cryptocurrency. And cryptocurrency, we are going to see about what is cryptocurrency. We are going to see about what is Bitcoin and what is blockchain, and all these areas we are going to see. And the next part we are going to see about hijacking. Hijacking is related to the security, and what are the different kinds of hijacking that are taking place, like email hijacking, then hijacking that are taking place.
One request, sir. Present your screen in full screen mode, sir.
Yeah, it's in full screen mode only, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Press for F5, sir. Full screen.
Okay, one minute, ma'am. It's in. I have given in. Okay. 1 minute. I will share my entire screen. Is my full screen visible, madam?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. So we'll see about start with cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency is a form of payment that is recently being used for the online for goods and also for services. So this cryptocurrency, or we call it in the form as crypto. So it's a digital asset, and it is designed to work as a medium these days in exchange, where we are having the individual coin ownership and we are working. So here we are also having records, and they are stored in the form of ledgers, and we are using a computerized database, and also we are using this strong cryptography. We are using this strong cryptography for this to secure for the secure transaction records, to control the creation of the additional coins, and also we do have ownership for this. So many companies have issued their own currencies. Many companies have issued their own currencies, and not only that, they are not only have given, many companies have given their own currencies, but they are also given their own tokens. They are also given their own they are given their own tokens through which the tradings are taking place to for the good and also for the service for the company providers. And this crypto currency, they do not exist in the physical form like the paper money, and they are also not issued by a central authority. And this cryptocurrencies, typically they are having a decentralized policy, and it is like what they are having, the digital currency and the central banking systems. So uh, it is given with the help of a ledger, and also with the help of a shared database. And also we have this blockchain. Blockchain also is related to this technology, where this blockchain is a decentralized technology spread across many computers that are used to manage this transactions. The blockchain is the decentralized technology that is used by the computers to manage this records of transactions. So so these cryptocurrencies, they are working using a technology called blockchain. They are using this. They are working under this technology called blockchain. So in cryptocurrency, we have got different kinds of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is one of very famous cryptocurrency, and in emerging that we are having evolved. We are having the blockchain technology. So when implemented with this decentralized control, each cryptocurrency works through a distributed ledger technology. So they are working using a distributed ledger technology, typically blockchain, that serves as a public financial transaction database. So properties of cryptocurrency, we'll see about these properties of the cryptocurrency. The system does not require a central authority. The system does not require a central authority. So its states is maintained through distributed concepts, and the system keeps an overview of the cryptocurrency units and their ownership. And the system defines whether new cryptocurrency units can be created. New cryptocurrency units can be created. So as I told, one of the example for cryptocurrency is the Bitcoin. So it is like what the new cryptocurrencies can be created, like how we have Bitcoin. We can have more Bitcoins that can be created. One of another example is IOTA. So like that, we can have different kinds of cryptocurrency. So if new cryptocurrencies can be created, the system defines the circumstance of their origin and how to determine the ownership of these new units. So ownership of cryptocurrency units can be proved exclusively cryptographically. So there is a lot of security involved. So since there's a lot of security is involved, so we go for cryptography, because we have a lot of transactions that are made, and since this is a very sensible transactions which are taking place, so we go for crypto. The transactions are made in the form of we implement cryptography here, and the system allows transactions to be performed. So we have got different kinds of transactions that are performed, in which ownership of the cryptographic units is changed. So we can have since it is it's a cryptocurrency. Since it's a cryptocurrency, there are a lot of transactions that are made. So, and also we have the transaction statements that are issued, and we are having an entity that is taking care of all this, doing this transactions. Sometimes there are also different instructions that are involved for the transactions to take place. Okay, and this transactions in cryptocurrencies they are processed on the blockchain. They are processed on the blockchain, and the system performs at most one of them. And we have the blockchain, which is a shared database, where it has got all the transactions that are being made. Okay, so blockchain is shared because it's run by a lot of different people and companies instead of just one company. So like the banks are. Okay, so it's a blockchain is shared. It's shared, and because it runs by a lot of different people, and there are a lot of transactions are made. It's just blockchain is not just a one company, and it just works like a bank. So why we go for cryptocurrency? Why we go for cryptocurrency? So supporters use cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin as the currency of the future. So it is going to be the currency of the future, and are racing to buy them now. And they are becoming more valuable. And cryptocurrency, they are removing the central banks from managing the money supply, because the cryptocurrency itself, it is going to be working as a currency. It is going to be an alternation for the paper currency. And since over time these banks um, tend to reduce the value of money via inflation. So since over time these banks tends to reduce the value of money, so that there are problems such as inflation. So this cryptocurrency are becoming an alteration. Okay, they are becoming an alteration for the they are becoming an alteration for the paper currency that is being used. So the supporters like the technology behind the cryptocurrencies, they are the blockchain, because it's a decentralized processing, and it is the recording system. So it's a recording system, and it can be more secure than the traditional payment system. So there is more security. There's more security that is used in the blockchain. There's more security that is involved in the blockchain than the traditional payment system. So they are going up in a value and have no interest in the currencies long-term acceptance as a way to move money. So these are the reasons why we go for cryptocurrencies. So we have the cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. They become more valuable because there is more security. There is more security here than the traditional transactions which we are making. So there are main three types of cryptocurrencies. One is we have got it is the Bitcoin, and next we are having the altcoins, and also we are having the tokens. We'll see about these three types of cryptocurrencies one by one. We'll see what is Bitcoin. We'll see about a few points about altcoins, and also about the tokens. We'll see about it. So Bitcoin, it was the first released as a open source software in 2009, and it was the first decentralized cryptocurrency. And since the release of Bitcoin, we have other cryptocurrencies that have been created. And the Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency under the blockchain. And it was there are cryptocurrencies are encrypted and with the specialized code called the cryptography. So we have the cryptography is implemented in Bitcoins for the purpose of security, and they are designed like a complicated puzzle. They are designed like a complicated puzzle, so that they are hard to crack, and also hard to crack, and also hard to hack, and so that they can provide security. And Satoshi Nakamoto is the person who was behind the Bitcoin. And so Bitcoin is a digital currency, and that can be used to send to other people. And each transaction happens directly between the users. It's called peer-to-peer network. So it can be similar people. It can be similar people who can communicate with each other and who can make their transaction. This all possible because of the technology called the blockchain. This all possible because of the technology called blockchain, which has got emerged So blockchain technology is a recent technology which has emerged in the year 2014 onwards, and we are having Bitcoin, and Bitcoin was created in the year 2008. As you saw in the previous slide, it was a person called Satoshi Nakamoto who was the creator of Bitcoin. Um, was the person behind the Bitcoin, and it's like blockchain technology was introduced in the year 2014 it allows the users to send and receive Bitcoin without using a third party. And when someone sends a Bitcoin, the transaction is verified and then stored on the blockchain, which is a shared database, and which when the transaction is made, it is like what the the transaction details are stored in the shared database, which is the blockchain. So the blockchain is encrypted. It is encrypted for the purpose of security, and it is like what everyone can everyone can see it, but only the owner of that can decrypt it, and they can know the values of this Bitcoin. So we are having each one of Bitcoin is given a private key, and this private key is how they decrypt their blockchain. Okay. So companies run special software on a computer that process transactions on the blockchain. So special softwares are implemented on the computers for the transactions on the blockchains, and that the computers also they used to run software called nodes, and the nodes are rewarded for verifying the transactions. So since they are involved with currency, then since they are sensitive informations, so it has to be handled in a very sensitive manner. And we are having the transactions are stored on the blockchain, and they are also encrypted, and they are rewarded with new Bitcoin. So and new Bitcoins are also created. The new Bitcoins are also created. When a new block of transaction is sent to the blockchain, the miners and the nodes will verify the block using an algorithm called proof of work. Called the algorithm called the proof of work. So proof of work is an algorithm that is being used. So proof of work, the first miner to verify the block is rewarded with new coins. So new coins are also created. New Bitcoins are also created. So we can also have alternative crypto currency coins. So they are called as altcoins. So altcoins they are usually referred to any coins that are not Bitcoins. So Bitcoin is a popular digital currency that is produced by computational solutions to complicated math problems, and we can have different kinds of alternative coins. They can work separately from a central bank or a state entity, and that is like what they are. They are what they are not part of the government backed treasury, and we can have alternate cryptocurrency. And this alternative cryptocurrency, they can be, as I mentioned earlier, they can be associated with the company. They can be associated with the company for the purpose of the transactions, for the goods, or also for the purpose of services. We can have this cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. So now we are seeing about the altcoins, which are the alternative cryptocurrency coins. So we have got different kinds of alternative cryptocurrency coins. So the names of this alternative cryptocurrency coins are Bitcoin, uh, Litecoin, we have got Dogecoin, we have got Aurora coin, and also we've got Namecoin. We've got Namecoin. So some altcoins use different algorithms for Bitcoin. So, for example, Factom is an altcoin that uses proof of stake. So, proof of stake is an algorithm that is being used that is being used here in this um, it is used in this altcoin. And this proof of stake, there are no miners. Instead, we have stakers. We got stakers. So stakers are the people who verify the transactions for the purpose of rewards. For the purpose of rewards. So they are selected one by one to take their turn. So, and also we can also have Ethereum and Neo are examples of altcoins that are useful. And this Ethereum and Neo are also very popular these days. Ethereum and Neo are also they are very popular these days. We'll see about them in the coming slides. And they are designed as huge platforms for building apps on a blockchain where we have got the shared information and we got the shared informations of the transactions that are made, which is stored in the blockchain. So new cryptocurrencies are created and they are made on blockchains that allow app building. And so we got different kinds of apps that are built. We'll see about the different kinds of apps that have been built. So Ethereum was introduced as a new technology to the crypto world and was launched in the year 2015. And it was launched in the year 2015. So Ethereum was launched in the year 2015, and it is a popular technology, and it is like what it is one of the new emergence in the area of the cryptocurrency market. So they were designed as huge platforms for building apps on blockchains. And Ethereum was launched in the year 2015. There is also this technology is also called a smart contract. This smart contract can automatically be executed as transactions when certain things happen. So this thing is also called conditions are written into the smart contract when it is created. Okay. For example, this is a very typical example. So it can be like based on the conditions. Based on the conditions, this cryptocurrencies can work. So we can say that when Peter sends 120 Ether into the small contract, then John's house will be sent to Peter. When Peter sends 120 Ether, so this Ether is a cryptocurrency just like a Bitcoin. So when Peter sends 120 Ether into the smart contract, then John's house will be sent to Peter. Okay. So this is how Bitcoins, like how we have Bitcoins, we are having the Ethereum. So with the help of this cryptocurrencies, with the help of this cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, we are having the transactions that are made. Sometimes it can be like that of a smart contract also can be like that of a smart contract also. So we can tokenize real things and put them in on the blockchain. So tokenization can be done and they can be put on the blockchain. So next is about the tokens, which is associated with the cryptocurrencies. So the third main type of the cryptocurrency is the token. It's a token. We are seeing about the different types of cryptocurrency. We saw about Bitcoin, we saw about altcoins, and also we saw about Ethereum, and we are seeing about the tokens. So tokens is the third main type of cryptocurrency, which is the token. So tokens do not have their own blockchain. They are used on decentralized applications. They are used on decentralized applications. The decentralized applications are built to use smart contracts, which is why we use tokens. They can be used to purchase things on the using the decentralized application. We can make the purchase using the tokens. So tokens always have a price that can be sold for, which is why some people buy them. Okay, so like it is quite similar to that of a token that we are using in the real world. Sometimes we go to a hospital, we want to meet the doctor, we get some tokens. and even sometimes we go to the bank, we get a token. Same like that, we have the same concept of tokens is being implemented in the area of cryptocurrencies. Okay, so tokens always have a price that they can be sold for, which is why some people buy them. Some people buy tokens to sell them later for a higher price, instead of buying them to use them on the. And it is done using the this transactions are made using the decentralized applications. They are made using the decentralized applications. So we are having the decentralized applications. They are built on other blockchains like Ethereum and NEO. Token transaction is still verified by the nodes on the Ethereum or NEO blockchain, and sometimes the transaction fee is still paid with Ether or NEO and not with the token. So we can also use the applications. We can also use the decentralized application, uh, that is to use a token, and you can have some Ether or NEO, and or whichever altcoin. Whichever altcoin, alternative coin can be used to pay the transaction fee. So we understand that we can use the either the Bitcoin or the altcoin, and tokens can be used for the cryptocurrency transactions. So here we see that for this decentralized for the purpose of decentralized applications, you're using a Ether or NEO for the asset transaction fees. So we have the different types of the cryptocurrencies. We have different types of the cryptocurrencies we are having. So we can have Bitcoin. We can. The first one is the Bitcoin. We have seen already, and there is another one which is we are using another type of cryptocurrency. It is called as the Bitcoin Cash, and we have another type of cryptocurrency. It is called as Litecoin, and we already saw about this cryptocurrency called Ethereum and also NEO, and also there are some more cryptocurrencies called like Ripple, and we have got a cryptocurrency called Stellar, and we have got also a cryptocurrency called Cardano, and also we are having a cryptocurrency called IOTA. So this cryptocurrency IOTA is used for the purpose of Internet of Things. It is used for the purpose of Internet of Things. So we call it as IOTA. So we will see a few more points about these different cryptocurrencies. So Bitcoin, first we discussed. So they are the most recognizable and the most closely associated with the cryptocurrency system. There are currently more than 18.5 million Bitcoin tokens in circulation, and against the present cap limit of 21 million. So they are the most recognizable. And when you say cryptocurrency, the first one that comes into our mind is the Bitcoin. So next we are having the Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash is recently introduced in 2017. So Bitcoin Cash is one of the most popular types of cryptocurrency on the market, and here the main difference with the original Bitcoin is its block size. So it is 8 MB, whereas Bitcoin block size is just 1 MB, whereas Bitcoin Cash size is 8 MB. Okay, and the advantage is that it has got a faster processing speed. The Bitcoin Cash has got the faster processing speed. So especially when you want to deal with cash, it has to be in a faster processing speed. So we have a faster processing speed. So this is about the Bitcoin Cash, which is another cryptocurrency following the Bitcoin. So next we have got another one cryptocurrency. It is called as Litecoin. So Litecoin is increasingly used in the same breadth as Bitcoin, and it functions practically the same way. So every comparison is made for every cryptocurrency with Bitcoin because it is the most popular one. And we see that Litecoin was created in 2011 by Charlie Lee, a former employee of Google. So he decided to improve on Bitcoin technology with the shorter transaction times, lower fees, and more concentrated miners. Okay, so it has been an enhancement of the Bitcoin. So Litecoin has been an enhancement of the Bitcoin, which is a cryptocurrency for which we make for the purpose of the transactions among the companies and inside a company. Fine. Okay. No, Ethereum. Ethereum is very popular one. Ethereum's a popular one. So it is a popular cryptocurrency in the world of cryptocurrency and also in the area of blockchain. Ethereum is very popular. We see about the different features of Ethereum. So Ethereum focuses not much on digital currency as it does on decentralized application. No, it is related to phone apps on decentralized applications. So you could think of Ethereum as an app store. You can think of Ethereum as an app store. And the platform is looking to return control of apps to its original creators and take away that control from middlemen. So it's more of related to phone apps. The only person who can make changes to the app would be the original creator, and we can also use tokens here in this cryptocurrency, and this token is called as Ether. The token is called as Ether. It is used as a currency by the app developers and users. So it is more related to mobile applications, mobile phones, dealing with mobile phones. And the one of the significant feature of Ethereum is that Ethereum can handle up to handle up to 15 TPS. So TPS stands for transaction processing system. So because like what we are here in cryptocurrencies, we are making a lot of transactions. And these transactions are also very sensitive, and it has to be done with a lot of security. So we go for cryptography, and we use the blockchains, which is the shared database for storing all these record on the transactions. So as we saw, we got different kinds of cryptocurrency like bitcoins, altcoins, and also we also use the tokens. Yeah. Next, we are having another one cryptocurrency. We're having the next kind of cryptocurrency. It is called as Ripple. So we are seeing about the different kinds of cryptocurrencies. We have seen about Bitcoin. We have seen about Bitcoin Cash. We have seen about Litecoin. Also about Ethereum. Next, we'll go for the next kind of cryptocurrency. It is called as the Ripple. So Ripple is one type of cryptocurrency on the list, but it's not blockchain based. It is not meant so much for individual users as it is for larger companies and corporations. And its coinage is known as XRP across the globe. It's more well known for its digital payment protocol. So we are having the digital payment protocol called EZRP protocol, and the system allows for transfer of money in many forms, be it dollars or even Bitcoin. So the system allows for transfer of money in any form. It can be even in the form of dollars or even Bitcoin. So Ripple provides flexibility that the transactions can be done in the form of dollars, or it can even be in the form of Bitcoin. So it can handle up to 1,500 transactions per second. So we saw in the previous one that Ethereum can handle up to 15 TPS. But we can see here that Ripple can handle up to 1,500 transactions per second. So so it is like comparing with Bitcoin, we can see that it can handle up to 3 to 6 TPS, and we see that Ethereum can handle 15 TPS. We see that Ethereum can handle 15 TPS. But here it is like what Ripple can handle more DPS, the order of 1,500. So next we will see about this cryptocurrency called Stellar. So Stellar focuses on money transfers. Stellar focuses on money transfers.
நாளைக்கு இப்படி ப்ரேயர் பண்ணு. ப்ரேயர் பண்ணுங்க, ப்ரேயர் பண்ணுங்க, ப்ரேயர் பண்ணுங்க.
Anisha Virgin, can you please mute your mic, please? Anisha Virgin,
சிரிச்சிட்டே இருக்காங்க பத்தியா?
Anisha Virgin, can you please mute your mic, please? Anisha Virgin, can you please mute your mic? Anisha Virgin, can you please mute your mic? Anisha Virgin, can you please mute your mic? Okay. So next we are having the Stellar. So Stellar focuses on money transfers. So this Stellar, we see that this also one of cryptocurrency. So this Stellar, it focuses on money transfers, and its network is designed to make them faster and more efficient. And they are used across the national borders. Now we saw that some of the cryptocurrencies are working are used within a company. We saw that most of the cryptocurrencies they are used within a company or across the companies. But we see that this Stellar enforces some money transfers, and they can use across the national borders between the different countries and between the continents. Okay. So this Stellar was designed by the Ripple co-founder Jed McCaleb in 2014, and it's operated by a non-profit organization called Stellar.org. So we see that there's a lot of work that is being taking place in the area of cryptocurrency, and also in the area of Bitcoin, and blockchain is also emerging as a new technology into this arena. And so it's also an extension of the area of security. And this Stellar goal is to assist developing economies that may not have access to traditional banks and investment opportunities. So they are also helping to develop the economy. So this Stellar cryptocurrency is also helping to develop the economy, and it does not charge users or institutions for using its Stellar network. Okay. And covers operating costs by accepting tax deductible public donations. So since it is a non-profit organization, that's a lot of advantage in using this cryptocurrency. Fine. Next, we are seeing about NEO. So formerly it was called Anshares, and it was developed in China. NEO is very aggressively looking to become a major global crypto player. So its focus is on small contracts, digital contracts that allow users to create and execute agreements without the use of an intermediary. So we saw about the example of one of contract. For one of a contract we saw here. It's like what so we saw that it's like when Peter sends 120 Ether into the smart contract, then John's house will be sent to Peter. So it can be like some transactions based on some conditions. So same like create and execute agreements without the use of an intermediary. And the main competition of NEO is with Ethereum. The Ethereum. So we saw that the token value for Ethereum is called as Ether, and also Ether is also one of a very successful cryptocurrency that is being used in the area of cryptocurrency and also in the area of blockchain. And NEO-led developer Eric Zhang mentioned on a Reddit email that NEO has three distinct advantages advantage. So the three distinct advantages of Neo is that it has got a better architecture, it is more developer friendly, and it's got for features for executing smart contracts, and also it has got digital identity and also digital assets for easier integration into the real world. So here, this cryptocurrency and all this blockchain technology uh, are mainly they are into the area of handling the digital assets in the form of transactions, and and they are easily getting integrated inside the real world. And we saw that one of the main competitor for Neo is the Ethereum, and Neo is developed from China, and Ethereum, on the other hand, uses its own programming languages that developers must first learn before creating smart contracts on its platform. Okay, so they are using their own programming language for creating this uh, for creating Ethereum. Ethereum, and also their tokens called Ether, which is one of the significant feature of Ethereum. So, and we have the next one, next cryptocurrency. It is called as Cardano. So Cardano ADA is used to send and receive digital funds. Digital funds. So everything is a very sensitive transactions that are made, and they have to be made in a very secure manner. So because every transaction is leading with currency, and also digital currency, and also it's a cryptocurrency. So they are going to be in the transactions are going to be made in a very sensitive manner. So Cardano ADA is used to send and receive digital funds. It claims to be a more balanced and sustainable ecosystem for cryptocurrencies, and the only coin with a specific philosophy and research-driven approaches. So there's a scientific philosophy and research-driven approach in Cardano, and it undergoes especially rigorous reviews by scientists and programmers because it's a research-driven approach. It has got a research-driven approach, and it was founded by Charles Hoskinson, who is also the co-founder of Ethereum. Was also the co-founder of Ethereum. So it was the same. It is the team. The person was behind the development of Ethereum. He is also was the co-founder of Ethereum, has developed this Cardano. Yeah. Next is IOTA. So it is launched in 2016. So we are seeing that all these cryptocurrencies have been developed in the recent years. For example, IOTA is launched in the year 2016, and Cardano also recently. Then we have Neo, and we have Stellar in 2014, and we have uh, Ripple, and we got Ethereum. Ethereum was developed in 2015. So it's like all these technologies, and Litecoin is developed in the year 2011, and Bitcoin it was introduced in 2017. Okay, Bitcoin Cash was introduced in 2017, and Bitcoin was in the earlier slide we saw that Ethereum was launched in 2015, and we see that Bitcoin was also it was developed in 2008, and the blockchain technologies have evolved in 2014. So we see that all these technologies are a recent inclusion, or a recent inclusions which has got evolved. And we see that IoT, which is launched in 2016, because we know that IoT itself is Internet of Things itself is a recent technology, and that has emerged in the last decade. The last decade. So we have it's launched in 2016. IoT stands for Internet of Things application, and it works with smart devices on the Internet of Things (IoT). And so all you need to use it verify to other previous transactions on the IoT ledger. So we have a ledger. No, it's a shared database. So blockchain itself is a shared database, and we are having informations about we got records about the transactions that are made, and it's a shared database, and we have got the records of all the transactions that are made in the form of ledgers. So we are having here IOTA ledger, which is called the directed acyclic graph. Directed acyclic graph. So IOTA creators calls it the tangle. According to the coin central, this means the devices need to be able to purchase more electricity, bandwidth, storage, or data when they need them. Okay, so it is like IoT is more of related with electricity, sending of data, receiving data, bandwidth, and storing of data, and all those things. So IoTA is related to these areas, and they also sell those resources when they don't need them. So we can also have these features like electricity, bandwidth, storage, or data. So we have got this IoT Internet of Things. Now we can have it for electronic devices where we can which are battery powered, where we can get the informations, sense the informations, and we can pass through different areas. Okay, these are some of the applications of IoT. So we can using IoTA we can purchase electricity because since IoT applications are battery powered, and we can also have bandwidth. Bandwidth is the speed through which we can send the data, receive the data, and also for storing the data or data. So like what we can have IoTA as a digital asset to have these data, and if we don't need it, we can also send it. We can also send it to people who need it. Yeah. Next we are having called folks. We are having folks in the area of the Bitcoin. So folks happen by accident when nodes start making copies. So making copies is basically the folks. Making copies is basically the folks, or they do not recognize conflicting or unfamiliar information or characteristics. So we can have two types of forks. One we can have is a hard fork, and another one we can have is a soft fork. So and hard and soft forking can cause all kinds of unintended consequences. So making copies leads to unintended consequences. So when members of the Ethereum community rejected a hard fork change and decided to keep going with the non-forked version of the Ethereum, their old school system was renamed as Ethereum Classic. And Bitcoin hard forked in order to add more functionality. A portion of the Bitcoin Cash community was again as cut from the rest of the network. So we see that when copies are made, it leads to unintended consequences. The copies can be made in the form of hardware, or it can form the form of software. So going ahead with hard fork, we see that if a protocol is changed so that the old protocol version is no longer valid, then we can have a hard fork. Hard fork is a must when making changes, and the protocol upgrades to blockchain. When a copy is made, sometimes the new protocol is perfect with the changes, but the old protocol it can have some conflict. The old protocol can find some of the conflict. So old protocol rejects the new changes because it does not recognize them, and this causes a traffic jam or worse, congestion or worse. So old protocol will claim that the changes and updates are not valid. Okay, so the old protocol now that's a new copy of that protocol made. So the old protocol will claim that the new protocol is not a valid one. So what you then get are two blockchains, one old and one new in the shared database. And as these chains grow, you can there can be conflict. There can be there can be conflicts between the old one and the new one, and the details are stored in the blockchains. The hard fork challenge then get all the nodes on the old protocol to switch to the new protocol all at once and at the same time. Okay, so there is no problem with the new fork protocol, but there is a conflict that rises in the old protocol when there's a copy that is made. So we can also have a soft fork. Soft fork is totally perfect with the new changes and keeps working. The old version accepts the newer version. The newer updated blocks become longer, and it becomes obvious that the older blocks are obsolete, and unusable. So this regulation eliminates confusion over which protocol is now the real. Now, when copy is made from old to new, so that's a conflict made that which one is the new one and which one is the older one. When a soft fork is implemented, there has to be a majority vote on whether to accept which one the new protocol is the correct one, or the old protocol is the correct one when copies are made. So if not, the new soft fails, and the rest of the chain simply goes on it, and we accept the old version of the protocol. So when we see about this, when we see about the advantages of the cryptocurrency, when we see about the advantages of this cryptocurrencies, we see that uh, the cryptocurrencies are helpful to protect against inflation, and cryptocurrency they are providing feature for self-governing and also for self-managing, among the companies, inside a company, between the company, and even across the boundaries. They are helping to self-govern and also to self-manage. Also, another one point regarding this cryptocurrency is like there's a more of security. There's a more of security with the usage of the cryptocurrency, and also the transactions are also made private, and they are private, and there's more security here. And another part in this of the advantages of cryptocurrency is like what the currency exchanges can also be done in a easier manner. The currency exchanges can also be done in a easier manner using the cryptocurrencies. Okay. So, and also we have the features of decentralized. We have a feature of advantage of decentralized with the help of the blockchain, where we have having the records and all the things. So the operations are taking place in a decentralized manner, and also it is like the transactions are made in a cost-effective manner. The transactions are made in a cost-effective manner. Also, we have the advantage of to transfer the funds in a faster. So see, these are some of the advantages of using the cryptocurrencies. So yeah, so when we're talking about the advantage, we should also talk about the disadvantages of the cryptocurrencies. So we find that the cryptocurrencies can also be used for illegal transactions. No, when the security is broke, when the security is broke, or it is like what when there are breaches. So it can be used for illegal transactions. So it can be used for cryptocurrencies can be used for illegal transactions, and also uh, the data losses. The data losses due to these illegal transactions can also lead to financial losses. Can also lead to financial losses. Um, it is like what it is. The operations are decentralized. The operations are taking place in decentralized in the cryptocurrency, but still they are operating by some organization. Okay, but it is still operated by some organization, and it is like some coins are not available in the other form of currencies. Some coins are not available in other form of currencies. There are problems like that, and we have adverse effects of mining on the environment. We have adverse effects of mining on the environment, and that's also susceptible to hacks. Okay, hacking. Hacking can be done. Hacking can be done while using the cryptocurrencies, and violation, and it can lead to financial losses, and also it can lead to loss of data, and also loss of data. And since we do not have a procedure of no refund, and also we do not have the cancellation policies, right? Yeah. So coming to the future, despite Bitcoin's recent issues, its success since its 2009. So we see that Bitcoin was emerged in around the year 2009, and Bitcoin has inspired the creation of alternative cryptocurrencies such as Ethereum, Litecoin, and Ripple. Okay, so we see that it is that what it all started with Bitcoin. It all started with Bitcoin, and we have got different types of cryptocurrencies emerged, such as Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Stellar, Neo, Cardano, and IoT, with different facilities for in the era of IoT, Internet of Technologies, for research, and also like what Chinese based, and also like what for financials across the boundaries, like that. Different kinds of cryptocurrencies have got evolved, and we see that. Uh, and since this launch, it encourages the creation of alternative cryptocurrencies such as Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Ripple. And well, that's the possibility looks remote. There's a little doubt that Bitcoin's success or failure dealing with the changes in its phases may determine the fortunes of other cryptocurrencies in the years ahead. Okay, so we have got different kinds of other cryptocurrencies like Ether, Ripple, and the different cryptocurrencies, and we see that blockchain is emerging as a very popular technology in this area, in this scenario. And cryptocurrency aspires to become part of the mainstream financial system, would have to satisfy very divergent criteria. So we see that cryptocurrency will aspire to become part of the mainstream financial system. It can become like it can become like what the instead of the paper currencies, there can be days where the digital currencies can be used. The digital cryptocurrencies can be used. So the emergence of Bitcoin has sparked debate about its future, and also about the other currencies. So I think this is the first part of our presentation, where we have seen about what is basically Bitcoin, what are the disadvantages of the of the cryptocurrencies, and also we saw about the advantages of the cryptocurrencies, and also about the hard fork, soft fork, and also about the different kinds of cryptocurrencies like IoT, Cardano, Neo, Stellar, Ripple, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Bitcoin. We have seen about and also about tokens, and about what is blockchain and alternative coins, and all these parts we have discussed. We have discussed about the cryptocurrencies. So we'll move on to the second part of our presentation. It is about hacking. It is about I'm sorry, about hijacking. It is about hijacking. We see about hijacking. We proceed with hijacking. So hijacking is more of related with security. With more of security, we'll see about the different kinds of hijacking aspects that are taking place. Not only in the scenario of Bitcoin, we'll see in general about what are the different kinds of hijacking that are taking place. So hijacking occurs when an intruder takes control of a session between a server and the client. I think you have got different sessions about the threats. You have learned about threats and all these things. You know who's an intruder. So he introduces a person who tries to take control of a session between a server and a client. And we can have middleman. We can also have middleman who are trying to attack, and they can add a request to the client, and they are trying to kick off the client and take over the sessions. Okay, and also we can have we can also have rogue workstations. They can talk to the server, and the attacker can intercepts, and they can replace the uh, fresh packets, and hijacking can take place. And one of prominent hijacking that takes place is called as TCP/IP hijacking. Most commonly occurs during telnet. Telnet. So we know about telnet. Telnet is a remote login. So using telnet during telnet remote login, we can have the session hijacking that can take place. Okay, and also we can have web sessions. We can also have web sessions, and using this telnet also we can telnet. And also this kind of hijacking can also combine with Bitcoin, and they can create a big harm. They can create a big harm to the system. They can create a big harm to the company. Also create some big harm across the national borders, and even they can lead to cyber warfare. And also we see that web sessions, when it's non-existing or lacking, and they can be improperly configured. We can be improperly configured, and attack can be made. Okay. So during the course of a web session, cookies are commonly used to authenticate and track users. We know about cookies. Cookies are developed at the server side, and they are and they're stored at the browser. They're stored at the browsers, and we can have some cookies, some temporary data can be there, and bring a uh, they can make a big harm in the area of hijacking. So when the authentic session is in session, an attacker may attack to hijack a session by loading a modified cookie. So the attacker can make use of a cookie. They can make use of a cookie. They can modify the cookie and they can try to hijack. So session hijacking may also ensure that a session timeout is set to be an extended period of time, and also this using cookies and all these things gives a way for the attacker to hijack a session. Okay. And as we saw in the previous slide, telnet also gives an opportunity. Remote login also give an opportunity for with the use of the TCP protocol for the purpose of hijacking. And so the attacker surveys the data passing in the TCP session, and he can take control of the user session. Okay, the attacker can take control of the user session, and he can hijack the session. When a user is forced to authenticate before allowing transactions to occur, it prevents hijacking attacks. Okay, so to prevent hijacking, proper authentication can be a remedial solution for preventing hijacking. For preventing hijacking, proper authentication can be a proper solution to prevent hijacking. So we have got different kinds of hijacking. So we got session hijacking, delip hijacking, credential hijacking, registration hijacking, TCP/IP hijacking, and also email hijacking. We'll see one by one. So we have the session hijacking. So session hijacking is defined as taking over an active TCP/IP communication session without the user's permission. So this is related to web technology, and we can have different sessions, and we can here the attacker takes over a TCP/IP communication session without the user's permission. So when implemented successfully, the attackers assume the identity of the compromised user, enjoying the same access to resources as the compromised user. So this session hijacking, it can impact identity theft, information theft, and also it can lead to stealing sensitive data. It can also lead to sensitive data. So when this session hijacking combines with what? The cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, it can make a big harm. Make a big harm, and it can lead to high financial loss and also for the data loss. There are two types of session hijacking depending on how they are done. There are two types of session hijacking depending on how they are done. So we call it as active hijacking, and also we have passive hijacking. In session hijacking, we have two types of hijacking. One is called as active hijacking, and also another one is called as passive hijacking. So we can have a victim, and we can also a web server. So as I told, this session it's a part of the web technology transactions that are made. So we can have credential transmissions, credentials confirmations. We can have session setups can be there, and data requests can be there. Data transmissions can be done. We know that in web technology, we make requests and we get a response. We make requests and we make a response. And when it comes to credential transmissions like financial transactions like cryptocurrency transactions like Bitcoins and Ethereum and all these things. So sometimes a hacker can come in between. The client and the server, and he becomes the hacker, and and the victim is isolated. The victim gets isolated, and hackers he plays a role as the role of a client, and he makes the what he passes the data request, and also he gets the data response. He also get the data response, and when these transactions are made in association with the with the Bitcoin and also the cryptocurrencies, it leads to financial loss, and also it leads to data loss. It leads to financial loss, and also it leads to data loss. Okay, and also we can have hijacking can also be done in form of active hijacking. So we can see here, we see here a host A, we see here a host B, and we see that it's like what there's an authorized connection that is made between the host A and host B. This authorized connection, and suddenly we see that the authorized connection is broken. Okay, and it is like what host A becomes once again the host B. Okay, and he becomes the host B becomes the hacker, and he tries to communicate. The attacker, he impersonates himself like the host B, and he tries to send the malicious commands. He just tries to send the malicious command, and he works. And this is basically called as it is called as active hijacking. So the attacker will silence one of the machines. So here we see that the attacker will silence one of the machines, usually the client computer, and takes over the client positions in the communication. Now the exchange takes place between the workstation and the server. The active attack also allows the attacker to issue commands on the uh, commands. This makes possible to create new user accounts on the network, which can later be used to gain access to the network without having to perform the session hijack attack. And it can lead to data loss and also financial losses. Okay, that's another diagram for passive session hijacking. You see here that we can have session surfing. The hacker sniffs the network and gathers information being passed between the victim and the server, and the victim is unaware that their connection is being watched. The connection is being watched. So in passive session hijacking attacker, the attacker monitors the traffic between the workstation and the server. The primary workstation for the passive attacker is to monitor traffic and potentially discover valuable data or passwords. So they discover the valuable data and also the passwords. And when this hijacking combines with what the cryptocurrencies, it leads to data loss and also the financial losses. So session hijacking process, it takes place in this form. Reconnaissance. I trust you would have come across this term called reconnaissance. So reconnaissance is the first step of the session hijacking process. It allows the attacker in order to find an active session. Typically, attackers use applications like networks first to help them accomplish this step. So collection of information is made. The collection of information is made as a first step. Then network monitoring. In this step, the attacker will look on the compromised network, attempting to identify the use of any vulnerable traffic that has not been properly secured. Okay, so it can look for ports that are open. It can look for ports that are open that can be attacked. So there can be protocols such as FDP, HTTP that are commonly known to be insecure. So we can have ports. We have the port 80 for the what HTTP, and also we have got the different ports for FTP. So we identify the ports, and the attacks are made, and the hijacking is done. So determining the session ID. The next step involves the attacker determining the session ID that allows for a legitimate connection to take place. For a legal connection to take place, the attacker will use all the information they have gathered during the previous two steps. So initially, for hijacking, the gathering of the information take place. Gathering of the information take place, and based on the information gathered, they just try to predict the session ID, and they just try to hijack the session. And finally, the infiltration takes place. So infiltration is once the attacker has retrieved the correct session ID, the next step involves infiltrating the network and taking over or hijacking the user's session. So the session hijacking attack consists of exploitation of the web session control mechanism, which is normally managed or for a session taken. Okay, the collection of the information is made, and then the session ID is found, and then the hijacking of the session takes place. Because the HTTP communication uses many different TCP connections. Okay, we can have different ports can be there. Okay, the web server needs a method to recognize every user's connections. The most useful method depends on a token the web server sends to the client browser after successful client authentication. So, authentication can be a good remedial method. Authentication can be a good remedial measure for providing the security. A session token is normally composed of a string of available with and be used in different ways, like the URL. So, like how we had the token, like how we had the token in the for regarding Ethereum, we had a token called Ether. Same like that, here also we have a token called as a session token. It's normally composed of a string of a variable with, and could be used in different ways, like in the URL and in the header of the HTTP request as a cookie. And other parts of the header of the HTTP are right in the body of the HTTP request. Session hijacking attack compromises the session token by stealing or predicting a valid session token and to gain unauthorized access to the web server. So the ultimate aim of the ultimate aim of hijacking is to gain unauthorized access to the web server. Unauthorized access to the web server. So using the web server, we can connect to the database and we can collect the informations, and even we can sometimes, if you want, we can crash the web server. We can crash the web server. That's the ultimate aim of the attacker or the hackers. So the session token could be compromised in different ways. The most common are we can have how we can how we can how we can hijack is like using the predictable session token and session sniffing and client side attacks. We can have attacks from using access and style sheets, and also we can use malicious JavaScript codes. Okay, so JavaScript codes can be running on the client side, and also we can have worms, and we can have the trojans through which we can have the client side attacks. We can have the man in the middle attack. We can have the man in the browser attack, through which the session token could be compromised in different ways, like what predictable session token, session sniffing, style sheets, and malicious JavaScript codes, and also Trojans, Trojans man in the middle attack and man in the browser attack. So, how does the session hijacking work? Session hijacking happens when an intruder takes advantage of compromised active session by hijacking or stealing the HTTP cookies used to maintain a session on most websites. So, we are having the cookies. The cookies are generated on the server side, web server side, and they're stored on the server side. So they can also have the session information through which we capture the session IDs. So another way is by predicting the active session to gain unauthorized access to information in a remote web server without detection, as the intruder uses the credentials of the particular users. So we can have the intruders. The intruder can predict the session ID, and they can try to gain access to the web server, and they can try to steal the data from the web server, or they can even try to make the web server crash. The session token or HTTP header can be compromised and manipulated in many ways. So in this way, the hijacking takes place, and in this way, the intruder can harm the systems. And in this way, the session hijacking also takes place. So session sniffing can be used to hijack a session when there is non-encrypted communication between the web server and the user. And if you have a session ID which is in plain text and which is not encrypted, so what happens is like the intruder is monitoring the network, and he or she can get the session ID, and they can use to automatically authenticate, and they can gain access to the web server and also to the data in the web server, and even they can try to hijack even the web server. So we are having in monitoring the network, we are having ethical hacking. We can use the ethical hacking tools such as Wireshark, Kismet are used to capture sensitive data packets such as session ID from the network. And cross-site scripting, OWSP names the cross-site scripting as among the top 10 developed application. Security risk, okay, OWSP names cross-site scripting. We have JavaScript, cross-site scripting, and OWSP, which is related to security. It means that cross-site scripting is among the top 10 application which provides the security risk. So a server can be vulnerable. Vulnerable is which can be affected. That's a weakness, and which can be affected. A server can be vulnerable. It is prone to affect. A server can be prone to be attacked using a cross-site scripting exploit. It enables an attacker to execute malicious code from the user side, and also by gathering the session information. An attacker can target a victim's browser. Attacker can target a victim's browser and send a scripted JavaScript link, which upon opening by the user runs a malicious code in the browser, hijacking a session. So, an attacker can target a victim's browser and send a JavaScript link can be sent, and when it is run on the user, can run a malicious code in the browser, and it can lead to the hijacking of sessions. So we can go for session hijacking countermeasures. So we can have end-to-end encryption between the user browsers. Encryption can provide security for the user browser and also web server, and secure HTTP and secure socket layer can prevent unauthorized access to the session ID. So VPN, virtual private network, can also be used to encrypt everything. So web servers can generate long and random session cookies. Servers can generate long and random session cookies, which reduces the chances of adversary guessing or predicting what a session cookie could be. Okay, so instead of having short cookies, web servers can go for long, and also random session cookies, not a particular fixed cookie, but a random session cookies can be generated so that the session cookies cannot be predicted. And session ID monitors can also be used to monitor if these IDs are being used, and utilities such as can have utilities such as Black Sheep that can be used to send fake session IDs to the network and the monitor if an intruder is trying to use the session ID. We can have utilities like Black Sheep. They can send false session IDs to the attacker or the intruder, and they can just make the attacker or the intruder not to find the session ID. So that should be an automatic log off if a session ends in use, and the client should be required to re-authenticate. No, authentication is one of the good methodology for the purpose of security. Different session ID. Additionally, a server can be directed to delete a session cookie from the client's computer to minimize the amount of time a session cookie is being exposed to the network. So the cookies can be deleted. The cookies can be deleted, and also the cookies containing the session IDs can also be deleted frequently to provide security and also to avoid hijacking. There is something called delete hijacking. Sorry, there's a mistake um, in the hijacking spelling. So delete hijacking is a method used to inject malicious code from a shared library in a running process. And Patrick Bartley in 2015, and this technique was presented by Patrick Bartley. Existed on Windows for years for DLL hijacking, and it remained untouched for a long time. And this called as a delete hijacking. And delete files and operating system as equivalent using the DLL files. Using the DLL files on Windows, the hijacking takes place. They are simply files containing code that can be imported and used by a program. The program that you execute specifies which dynamic libraries it needs in order to run. These libraries can be referenced by the program using an absolute path or relative path. Programmers that don't reference libraries with an absolute path can fall vulnerable to hijacking. So for delete hijacking. So delete hijacking is also a type of hijacking which has to be mitigated to provide security. Next, we have got a hijacking called credential hijacking. It's a perfect example of a logical timing attack. It's usable in a variety of circumstances, but basically boils down to waiting for an authorized user to gain access to a system or application and impersonating the user and using the credentials. Credentials can be the username and the passwords. Okay? Credentials can be the username and the password and take over the session. This can be done by actual session hijacking, either by using the user cookies from a user machine or by hijacking the user TCP sessions. It can be a matter of sniffing the credentials directly from the network. So using the credentials of a person also and impersonating it like himself, and also we can hijack the session. So the wall of sheep using a variety of tools to sniff traffic on the wireless network you can use at the conference. This pulls out the credentials being used to log into various social networking sites, email, and a variety of other services. The claimed information, including it can be usernames and password. Also, the domains connected to connector is then put into the application and displayed for all the attendees to see. So this wall of sheep is a very significant tool. Okay, it can sniff the traffic on the wireless network used at the conference. It can pull the credentials of social networking sites like email and a variety of other services like username and password. So the wall of sheep is a very significant is a very significant tool. We saw about another one device called another one tool earlier we saw. We so this is a very dangerous tool, which is which is the wall of sheep. So next we have got some more hijacking called. We have got registration hijacking refers to action of attacker to register himself as a targeted voice over internet protocol user, and using this voice over IP, they can they can just try to try to expose all the incoming calls, and this is also one of a dangerous hijacking technique that is taking place. Next, we have one is called the latent hijacking. It takes the beginning of a complicated attack, assumes the attacker gets lazy and wants to slow attack, and turns a traditional hijacking into a denial of service attack. So, in real wireless hijacking, or you will attack, so we can have this person called the eager yet would have a software on a laptop that would let the laptop and a network interface card look and act like an access point. You'd also have it configured to serve DHCP, dynamic host configuration protocol, and domain name system. And this person would then plop down at the local coffee shop. He would tell his laptop to assume the identity to another legitimate SID seen there. And if it's using some of the newer tools like Karma, the process is automated. So it's like what some people they can try to impersonate themselves as a access point, and they can try to steal the data, and do the part of hijacking. Also, we can have TCP IP hijacking. It's gain access to a genuine network connection to another user. So it is done in order to bypass the password authentication, which is normally in the start of the session. So for bypassing the password authentication, we go for TCP/IP hijack. We go for TCP hijack. One of our TCP hijack tools is what hijack. So it is developed using the Python language. It is using the Python language. TCP/IP hijack is we have got wireless hijacking. So wireless router, using a wireless router is the most important device in a wireless network that connects the users. So it's a router for the purpose of routing. So in a wireless network, we can have access points, which are extensions in wireless ranges. So a hacker can sniff the network packets without having to be in the same building. The network is located, and the wireless networks communicate through radio waves. A hacker can easily set the network from a nearby location, and if they using this network sniffing SSID, they can hack a wireless network. And after hacking the credentials, they can hijack. They can do a wireless hijack. So Kismet is a powerful tool for wireless sniffing, and we can have another tool called NetSlumber is another tool for wireless hacking. Then we have wireless equivalent to privacy, as a security protocol, and this wireless security protocol uses encryption at the data link layer and forbids unauthorized access. Okay, and the key is used to encrypt the packet before transmission begins. So encryption can lead to for security, and also an integrity check mechanisms also used for the transmission. So email hijacking can also be done. We have different kinds of mails that are coming to our inbox. We can also have suspicious links, doubtful contents. We can have spammers, and this using an email. When there is suspicious links, it is like it is not for request to transfer money or anything. We are not supposed to. We are not supposed to click it and avoid the process of hijacking. And we have tools available in Kali that can drive you to hijack on email. Okay. So email hijacking can also done by phishing techniques. Okay, uh, like different email IDs. What like false email IDs, okay? And the links in the email may install malware, okay? And also we can have phishing attacks, okay? Like for example, it can have we can have a mail from a person. The mail can look legitimate email even from a government organization, but it might be a it might be a tampered email ID. Used by the cyber criminals to insert viruses and also even to hack a email account. So we have to know whether our email has been hijacked, and if your email has got hijacked, we have to inform to all our friends that our email has got hijacked, and it is like what you have to inform to all your friends. So when the email has got a hijack, it's like what sometimes the email goes to all your contact people. It can be a false email also. They can try to hack that also. Okay. So in case that you're hacked, then you have to change the password immediately. You have to notify your friends that you are what like what you have a problem, and also you should have an installer good antivirus. Okay, and you have to contact the authorities and report that your iPhone hacked. So that's it. We have seen about the cryptocurrency and also about hijacking. Cryptocurrency, we saw about different kinds of cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin, also Ethereum, and also we saw about blockchain technologies, and also about the different types um, of the different types of cryptocurrencies, how they are used, and what are the different kinds of advantages we are having. And the disadvantage, it can like what advantage is like the transactions can be made in a faster manner. Disadvantage is like it can lead to it can also lead like what when the security is broken, it can lead to loss of data and also a lot of financial losses. We also observe about hijacking, different kinds of hijacking like TCP/IP hijacking, email hijacking, and also about wireless hijacking, and about different kinds of hijacking we saw about this. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. Fine. So I wish you all the very best in your life. And if you have any questions, you can please ask.
Dear participants, if you have any queries, you can unmute your mic and talk.
Hello.
Attendance
Yes,
link. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I want to just ask one thing that in the case of hijacking, suppose someone is trying with the proxy IP. So can we trace that proxy with any tool or any application?
yes, sir. We have. Can you please repeat the question once again, sir?
If someone is trying to hack our system through any proxy IP address,
Okay, okay.
so can we trace that proxy IP or the location of that?
Yes, sir. Of course, we can do it, sir. It is like for example, if it's a mail which has been sent to you, okay? It is a mail that has been sent to you, and
Okay.
they are trying to play with you. What you can do is like one of method. What you can do in the sense is like you can just look for that. There can be a mobile number that will be associated with the what with the email ID. Okay, and with the help of that mobile number, we can try to fix that person.
No, the problem is that when they are using proxy IP, matlab nothing is real, means everything is fake in those. So what they do, they just make the, like if email example we take, they just delete those email numbers from the mail ID also.
Okay, sir. Fine, fine. Anyway, sir, it's like what if you are really facing a situation like this, but there will be some hint where you can really find it. There is possibility. So we can really. It's not that we cannot fix a person who is trying to play something false. No, you can really find it. No, it is like it is possible. It is possible, and we have also encountered one or two cases like that, and we are able to fix. In one of our case, we are having some malicious email that was coming, and with the help of the malicious email, we are able to fix the what fix the mobile number. So if there is even if there is a false IP address also, you can in one way or the other there will be some hint which you can get and you can certainly fix it.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Purushottam sir, for the question.
Any other queries from the participants? If there is no queries, we shall wind up the session.
Okay, thank you,
So-
sir, for your.
So I thank the Lord Almighty for giving me this wonderful opportunity, and I thank the organizers, especially Dino ma'am, Ravi sir, and also Janani ma'am for this wonderful coordination. I thank you one and all participants for giving me this wonderful opportunity and also for your patient listening. And thank you one and all once again, and God bless.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for your valuable time spent with us and sharing your knowledge about cryptocurrency and hijacking. We hope all the participants find some innovative ideas. Once again, we thank you very much, sir. Afternoon also, we have so important hands-on session, real-time cybercrime and strategies to prevent it. So all the participants are requested to reconnect at 1:50 p.m. today. Thank you very much. Thank you all participants.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.